Studies show that nearly 86% of Americans prefer fake plants to real ones.
It's official. Houseplants are out and fake plants are in.
Do you wish the guilt of murdering helpless green lives would stop being on your conscience? Well, there's no reason to have to feel sympathy anymore with the all-new plastic plant!
How did we get here? From forests in the wilderness to pots in the windowsills. Now, not even that. We're just left out to rot on the kitchen counter.
Cut!
What are you doing?
What's it look like? Making a masterpiece and you just ruined the shot.
Sorry, The Reckoning. You're doing great, honey. Just a few more times. My apologies. I've got the drinks you wanted.
Thank you. And you made sure they're fresh, right?
Well, yeah, I squeezed them myself.
Wonderful. That's why you're my PA.
Oh, is that why you had me make coffee?
Yes, but you're late. You should know that on time means an hour early in showbiz.
What are you even doing this for?
Well, I was just looking for something to watch earlier, and I discovered there's already a filmmaker named Craig. And I couldn't let there be more than one filmmaker named Craig. So, I'm trying to make the next Godfather, the next Citizen Kane, the next Santa Claus with Tim Allen before other Craig gets to it first.
I thought you hated when people called you Craig.
Well, yeah, I do. I am the Desert Hippie. But whether I like it or not, my name is still Craig, and no one else can have it. So, are you going to clap this or what? We're on scene 12, take 44.
Who is this guy anyway? What's he done?
Ever heard of Z for Zachariah?
Oh my god.
What? Did Tom Cruise die?
No.
Damn. Didn't work.
Why didn't you tell me his last name?
I don't know. I just saw the first, and my vision got fuzzy, and I started screaming and tearing my clothes. You know how I get when I'm angry. Look! Craig Zobel.
Oh. That's it. My future's over. Zobel was the only unique identifying aspect about my name. There's Lukes everywhere, but Zobel, no one's ever heard of a Zobel. At least I thought.
Relax, it's just a name. It's not that big of a deal.
Oh, when it's my name, I can relax, but when it's yours, you have to write a feature-length script and then shoot it in a day.
Well, yeah.
Look, Craig isn't even his first name. His full name is Roger Craig Zobel. How about that? I'll never be able to make a name for myself.
Hey, I heard that Starbucks is hiring. You'd make a great barista. This coffee is fantastic.
Oh my god. He's in a picture with Margot Robbie, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and Chris Pine. I'm living in hell.
You stop waving that pencil around? You could poke me with that.
Oh, don't worry. It's pointless. Just like my dreams.
Well, think about it. He's got 25 years on you, and yet you've still never heard of him until now. He's a nobody.
He's got 17 directing credits. 3 of them are like feature-length films, and he's the executive producer and director of an HBO miniseries. What?
I just read the coffee.
What am I doing? I should have just stuck with Lego stop motions and Minecraft. Maybe I should have studied paleontology? Something in STEM at least. I really don't know anymore.
Oh, is that a monarch? I wonder why they're called that. How did you get in here? This is my personal place of peaceful contemplation in my own mind. And I can't be included because? Anyways, what's important is that you still have a chance to make Zobel a household name before other Craig does. Just like I do. So, what do you say we co-direct this Taxi Driver. She's union, so we gotta get rolling now.
Face it, prick, you've been replaced.
You're the last of your kind.
Last time I checked, I'm a renewable resource. Plastic isn't.
Okay, Bloomer. Get off your high horse.
We aren't going nowhere.
There won't be a reckoning.
Funny, that's my name.
Say hello to my little friend.
What can I say? I've always got a green thumb on the trigger.
I hated this movie.
I'm not a big fan of it. We noticed the terrible Rotten Tomatoes score. We noticed the terrible ratings.
What a mess. A wreck of a movie.
Why is it so ugly? I'm offended by this.
I was angry when I was watching it. I hated myself after watching it.
And Netflix said, this is too bad even for us.
It's a bad movie.
How's our movie doing?
Or at least for myself, I have fun watching the movie.
Be doing this post-video debrief for a very insane reason. First, obviously, I have no problem with Craig Zobel. He's very good. Of course, I can have a career in film at the same time as him. This was just a very dramatic interpretation of when I found out he existed. The main reason I'm doing this is because I have a very crazy story to tell. For context, I filmed this video last summer in 2021, and I already had a whole rough cut edited. I was just sitting on it because I was busy. So I spent this past semester of spring 2022 studying in Los Angeles for an internship program with my university. While I was there, the group I was with went to a panel discussion for the film Mass with its director Fran Kranz. Great movie, check it out. It was at a movie theater, and we had to check in at a table for the event. And so we were all telling them our names, and then we tell the person my name, Luke Zobel, and they say, yeah, we got a Luke Zobel. Any relation to Craig Zobel? No, but that's funny because there's been this like ongoing joke that he's like my arch nemesis. Oh, well, his name's right under yours, so good luck meeting your nemesis. So I was in shock. I already had this video about Craig Zobel fully constructed, never imagining that I would have an actual chance to meet him. So in the theater, I just kept looking around, waiting to see if it was really gonna be him. And sure enough, there he was, on the other end of the theater. There was a reception after the panel, and I saw him walk into the room and talk to some people. And I was really nervous because I had no idea what to say, but my friends encouraged me. So I finally stopped him and said, excuse me? He's tall. And I told him my name and how the check-in person thought we were related. He was super nice and said he'd never heard of another Zobel in film before, which was really cool. And he asked me about my internship, and it was just a really cool conversation. I didn't tell him about this video I was making, which I think it might be a good thing, but I don't know, you tell me. Of all the random encounters and people I could have met while I was in LA, it was him. Anyways,